Marie? Hi, this is Kate. I'm fine. Yes, it's lovely. Well, there's a lot of work to be done still, but they say with older homes, there always is. Listen, can I talk to Tim for just a second? Thanks. Tim? What the hell did you sell me here? I was warned about underhanded real estate agents, but Tim, I trusted you. You're my brother. What did you do? I'll tell you what you did. You sold me a house in a retirement village, that's what. There's nothing for miles around but old ladies. Didn't you realize that? How should I know how you could tell? Isn't that part of your job? Well, you could go door to door collecting for Mother's March on birth defects like I just did. No, you do not have to be a mother to do it, Timothy. I tried that excuse. Anyway, I thought it would be a good opportunity to meet my new neighbors, but all my new neighbors turned out to be old. Yes, there was an elderly widow behind every door, watery blue eyes peering past the chain as if I were the Grim Reaper. I'm telling you, Timothy, it was creepy. No, not as creepy as flashers in the hallway. No, they do not breed cats in their closets, as far as I can tell. But Tim, it's still spooky. Well, there was this one couple, but they had a little old lady in there with them, holding her captive, I think. She wanted to give to the Mother's March, but they wouldn't let her. No, they kept saying they gave at the office, and she kept saying she didn't have an office. She wanted to give for herself, but they wouldn't let her. It was very unpleasant. Well, of course, I don't want to move back to the city. I just wanted to let you know what a bum deal you gave your own sister. I owe you one. So, when are you coming for dinner? No, I won't poison you. I'm going to think of something more subtle. All right. Hi to the kids. Bye. Tim, wait. Tim? Yeah, did one of your kids leave part of a toy at my place? You know, I'm not sure which part. It's sort of a green thing with other things attached to it. No? Okay. Talk to you later. Bye. Oh, wouldn't you know it? Okay. Hello?
Hello again. I brought you my contribution.
Oh, you're,
They gave at the office.
Right, I thought so.
And this is son of they gave at the office.
Hi, I'm Jeff Bernstein.
If they really did give at the office, which I doubt.
Yeah, I kind of guessed that. Hello, Jeff, I'm Kate Corrigan.
Pleased to meet you, Mrs. Corrigan.
Oh, it's Ms., but just call me Kate. Unless you'd rather I call you Mr. Bernstein.
No, I'll call you Kate.
So you must be Mrs. Bernstein.
No, I mustn't. I'm Mrs. Blumenthal. My daughter is Jeff's mother, or so she tells me.
I see. Well, may I take your coats? Can I get you something warm to drink?
Oh, don't trouble yourself.
No, it's no trouble, really. Would you like some coffee or hot chocolate?
Grandma?
Oh, I suppose.
One hot chocolate coming up. And you?
Tea if you have.
Tea it is. Oh, I haven't found my pots yet, but I have my glasses. Anyone for milk?
No.
No, thank you.
Water? I know where the sink is. Won't you at least sit down for a while? You're my first guest in the new house. Here, let me clear this.
Oh.
You know, I should offer champagne, but I won't because I don't have any. You know, I'm really not at all like this. I'm usually very organized.
What's this?
Yeah, I haven't the slightest idea.
Where did it come from?
Mars?
It could be. I found it in that box with a bunch of other odds and ends.
Is it a piece of something?
Possibly, but what?
Did something break?
Not that I know of. The movers could have thrown it in by mistake. It's definitely not that.
Modern art.
You're right. Maybe it's a statue.
Why not? Pity it's not something I could boil water in, though. Otherwise, I could make you something. I really am sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it. We understand. Besides, we should have brought you something to welcome you into the neighborhood, but I don't have kitchen privileges.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not supposed to cook in my daughter's house. It shouldn't look like she took me in to be a servant.
Oh, I see.
Do you? I don't.
What I meant was
Well,
that,
we don't want to overstay our welcome, do we, Jeff? I just wanted to make a contribution. My contribution.
Thank you. That's very nice.
That's it, Jeff. Let's be on our way.
You know, no need to rush off.
Oh, we really must go. We have important things to do.
What important things, Grandma? We were just out taking a walk.
A walk, the coldest day of the year, and you're out taking a walk?
Oh,
I'm impressed.
We don't mind the cold, Jeff and me.
Yes, we do. But we might be fighting even more.
Jeff!
What? She might as well know. Come spring, she'll open up her window and find out for herself.
You've raised a child to be honest, and this is what you get for your troubles. An honest child. So it's not a walk exactly. So call it an escape.
Oh, from they gave at the office? So stay a while. I'd really like to get acquainted.
But you're busy.
I'll unpack around you.
Oh, we won't be in your way.
Consider yourselves part of the clutter.
Maybe we can help.
Maybe you could take some stuff upstairs, like that carton. Can you manage?
Sure.
That boy, thanks.
You want, I'll organize your kitchen for you.
Oh, well, I'd better do that. The one who puts it away knows where it is, right?
Well, I've got to do something.
No, you don't.
Kitchens are what I've always done best.
You know, just sit and we'll talk.
Just sit and we'll talk.
Did I say something wrong?
How wrong can it be? That's what everybody says. Just sit and we'll talk. Which usually means just sit and I'll forget that you're there.
Oh, I see. Well, what the heck? Go on. Play with my kitchen.
All right, don't mind if I do.
But you have to promise to talk.
Okay, what about?
How about yourself?
What's to tell? I'm 10 months a widow. I live with my daughter and her husband, and I adore my grandson.
That's it?
That's it.
That can't be a whole life.
It can't? Huh. Funny. I thought it was.
I put it in the big bedroom. Okay, Kate?
Thanks.
What's next?
Oh, those two lamps right there, I suppose. They go in the big bedroom too. Better take them one at a time, all right? It costs me a week's salary each.
All right, I'll be careful.
Only 1 week's salary?
You know antiques?
My husband was in the business. You must be doing okay.
Yeah, I guess. I'm in advertising. I write those jingles you hear on TV, you know. 1 and a 2 and the teeth all white, yeah. We'll all right, yeah.
I've seen that one.
Everyone has.
I don't like it.
Neither do I.
I like you, though.
I like you too, Mrs. Blumenthal.
Molly.
Molly it is. So tell me about the neighborhood.
Oh, it's quiet. Very quiet. Whoever isn't already dead is in training.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It's very sad. Old women without their men. Maybe those people who threw the widow on the funeral pyre had something.
Oh, terrific. Fried widow. Come on, there's more to life than taking care of your man.
Oh, sure, there's children, but they grow up.
I don't have a man, at least not a permanent one, and I don't have children. I don't even have plants.
I noticed that. What do you have?
Everything, anything, life.
Life. Well, you're young yet. You may still find a use for it. But you take Mrs. Davis.
Who?
Mrs. Davis, next door. You were asking about the neighborhood?
Oh, of course, Mrs. Davis.
Mrs. Davis, according to my son-in-law, David Bernstein, the certified public accountant, has a very nice portfolio of blue chip stuff. But what does she do with it? Nothing. She sits by the window, just sits. Well, maybe she buys a little window cleaner now and then.
Mrs. Davis?
Who else?
The weirdest thing is she doesn't even look out the window, Kate. I wave whenever I go by sometimes, but she acts like she doesn't even notice me.
Maybe she's reading.
Reading!
I never thought of that. She could be reading.
Haven't you ever spoken to her?
Oh, we tried. Jeff and I, we went over. It was like trying to make friends with a bunny rabbit. She was terrified. She kept slopping tea into the saucer. She was shaking so bad.
Poor thing.
Seemed more of a kindness to leave her alone.
Poor thing.
Oh, poor she's not. Unfortunate, maybe.
Well, who's next? Who's the one across the street with all the eye makeup and that frizzy hair?
Oh, you must mean...
The one and the only Miss Fanny Feathers.
What?
That's our name for her,
Grandma thinks she was a showgirl.
for want of a better word. In the spring, she bursts into bloom. You'll see. Frilly purple blouse, tight green slacks, golden slippers.
Oh, them golden slippers. Oh, them golden slippers. Yep,
Jack, go take that other lamp upstairs.
Grandma.
Upstairs.
Right. Oh, them golden slippers. Oh, them
Oh,
golden
hey, that's a week's salary there.
Yes, that's right.
Miss Fanny Feathers?
She keeps a candle burning in her window at night. Jeff and I think it's for her lover who's lost at sea.
Sea? What sea? We're nowhere near a sea.
No wonder he's lost.
Oh, you're very funny, Molly. Okay, that brown frame house on the corner.
Oh, that's Mrs. Feldman. She's...
Excuse me. Yes?
I'm looking for my son and my mother. Oh, come on.
What do you say, JB? Are we going to let her take us alive?
Oh, you must be Mrs. Blumenthal. I mean, Mrs. Bernstein. Mrs. Blumenthal Bernstein.
Marsha,
Kate.
nice to meet you. What are you two doing here?
Visiting our new neighbor.
I'm helping Kate unpack.
Do you have any idea how worried I've been? 1 minute you're there, the next minute you're gone. I look out the door, nothing.
So you got out the bloodhound.
It's not funny, Mama. Jeff has homework to do, and if he's so interested in housekeeping, he can clean his room.
I cleaned it this morning.
That is not what I call clean.
3 germs caught sunbathing on a speck of dust.
Mama,
Sorry.
I'll clean it again later.
and you still have your homework.
Come on, Mom. It's Saturday. I'll do it tomorrow.
Jeffrey, I want you home now.
Well, can I at least take up one more carton? I kind of promise.
No, Jeff, you don't have to.
And then I'll come straight home. Please, Mom.
All right, but don't dawdle.
I won't.
You're coming.
No.
Mama, it's almost dinner time.
It's 3:30.
I know what time it is. I just thought you might want to take a nap before dinner.
Why? Are you making something exhausting to eat?
I just thought you looked tired. That's all. You have bags under your eyes.
Marsha, I'm 71 years old. I have bags under a lot of things. Don't let it worry you. I'll be home in plenty of time for dinner. Have you ever known me be late for a meal?
No.
Of course not. It's against my religion.
The streets are very slick. Just the other day, a woman your age fell and broke her hip, and now
Oh,
she's...
spare me the details. I can make it across the street on my own. I got here, didn't I? I'll get back.
All right. Have it your way. Very nice meeting you.
Yes.
Make sure Jeff doesn't dawdle.
Guess I've gotta go.
Oh, guess so, kid. Come back soon, okay?
Definitely. Aren't you coming, Grandma?
In a little while, Jeff. You run along.
Maybe I should wait for you. It is pretty icy out there.
It's all right, Jeff. The coast is clear. If it wasn't, she wouldn't have come looking for us.
Yeah, you're right. All right. Bye, Kate.
Thanks for all your help. Bye, Jeff.
Bye.
Zip her up.
Okay.
Nice kid.
Yes, miracles happen.
I take it you and your daughter have had a fight?
We've had several. Or maybe just one, but it's lasted a lifetime.
That's too bad. She seems concerned about you.
Concerned? Do I need to be told when to take a nap? Do I need to hear I have bags?
No, but...
No buts. Case closed. I tell you, life is a very strange thing. A boy I barely knew 10 months ago is now my reason to get up in the morning. And my daughter, 45 years a human glacier, is suddenly worried I'll slip on the ice. A very strange thing.
I suppose so.
But one thing I've learned these last few months, there is no law that says parents and children have to like each other.
No, there isn't.
I always thought there was. Where I come from, if a woman admitted she didn't like her parents or God forbid her children, she would be
Would be what?
I don't know. There never was a woman like that.
Where do you come from, Molly?
The city, 20 minutes away. Where I come from is a time, not a place, and it's long gone.
Really? What did you do there in your time?
What we all did. Took care of my husband and my child. So whose fault is it what's happened since? No one told me to go on living when the job was done.
Find yourself another job.
Oh, I have, I suppose. Jeff. But he won't need me much longer.
Well, what do you do for you, Molly?
For me? For me. What I do for them is what I do for me.
And when you can't do anything for them anymore, you take walks in the bitter cold? Okay, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the key to my house. I'm in the city all day, and when you need an escape, you come here.
Oh, no, I really can't.
Yes, you can. You can do that for yourself, understand?
I don't think so.
Take it.
I can't.
Take it anyway. Worst comes to worst, you'll have it in case I lock myself out.
Well, in that case,
Good, and use it.
we'll see. And now, if the kitchen meets with your approval, I'd better be on my way.
On your way, but you just told your daughter... Oh, you're not going to take that nap after all, are you?
Absolutely not. But now I can leave of my own free will, on my own 2 feet. And if I fall down, it will be my own fault.
In your own neck.
Which is why I'm leaving now. It could take me till dinner time to get across the street.
I don't suppose I should offer
no.
some... I didn't think so. Well, bon voyage. I'm so glad you came.
So am I. So, goodbye.
Bye now. And thanks. Oh, them golden slippers. Oh, them golden slippers. Da, da, da.
What is it, Jeff? What's bothering you?
Oh, nothing.
Something happened at school today? Come on, tell your grandma. The usual?
Why do they do it, Grandma? Why do they fight all the time?
I don't know, Jeff. Sometimes I think that fighting is a habit with them. Some people smoke, they fight.
The things they fight about, they're not even important. Who left the basement light on? Who forgot to take out the trash?
Those are only the words, Jeff. What they're really fighting about has nothing to do with the words.
I don't understand.
Oh, sure you do. You know how it is when you don't feel right, when everything in the world gets on your nerves. Little things that don't usually matter at all.
But why don't they feel right?
That I can't tell you. Your father is not one to talk about these things, especially not to me. And as for your mother, she never felt right about me, about your grandfather, about anything.
Why?
I don't know. She was born dissatisfied, I think. Dissatisfaction is the only thing she's ever comfortable with.
How could she not feel right about you, Grandma?
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. That's very nice. But a mother and a grandmother are not the same thing.
I'll say.
And then there was your grandpa.
Well, what was Grandpa like before he got sick?
You don't remember?
Well, I remember he was tall and had a beard. Mama says he was a junk man.
He bought and sold antiques.
But what was he really like?
Well, how can I put it? You have to understand that we loved each other very much, but he was a difficult man, a hard man to live with, very serious, very hard on himself. But inside there was a sensitive little boy who needed reassurance and had no way to ask. I loved his standards, his integrity, but I also loved the little boy inside. Your mother never understood. She only saw us from the outside, Mr. and Mrs. Tyrant.
Do you think they'll get a divorce?
A divorce? Oh, I don't think so.
I know lots of kids who have divorced parents, and they say they wouldn't want their folks back for anything.
No, I don't think they want a divorce.
Then what do they want? To just go on fighting and fighting all the time?
Would it be too much to bear, Jeff, if I told you yes? Oh, Jeff.
The minute I leave school, I'm getting out of here.
Oh, now, sweetheart.
I mean it, Grandma. I'm leaving and I'm never coming back. You come with me.
Jeff, please.
They don't care about us. Do you think they would care if they just went on and on like they do? You come with me, Grandma, and we'll leave, and we'll never come back. They'll be sorry then.
Oh, sweetheart, don't, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I interrupting?
It's all right. It's your house.
Hi, Kate. How's the big city?
Bigger, would you believe it? A couple of weeks out here and I've already stopped jaywalking. I'm a tourist. And you two finally used the key all by yourselves. Ah, have you been messing with the Monopoly game? Because I counted all my cash last night after you left.
We wouldn't think of it.
Yes, we will, Grandma. We even talked about it.
Jeff.
What?
What's going on here? What do I smell?
Your dinner, I hope, if I haven't let it burn. I'm a little out of practice. I gave myself kitchen privileges. I hope you don't mind.
Pot roast?
A small one. You'll have nice leftovers, though.
I'll try to forgive you.
That's it, Jeff. Let's go.
All right.
What, you're not staying?
Oh, no, we're expected at home.
You cook a pot roast and you're not staying to eat it with me?
They call roll at the dinner table.
I don't understand. What kind of person comes to a house, cooks a gorgeous dinner, and then leaves?
Your fairy godmother?
Now, I don't believe in fairy godmothers.
Look, Kate, I had nothing else to do and I enjoyed it.
And you'll have nothing else to do tomorrow either.
So I'll heat up your leftovers.
Oh, that's what I was afraid you'd say.
You work hard all day. What's the problem if you come home to a nice hot cooked meal?
Oh, gee.
What, oh gee?
Nothing. It's nothing.
So why do I think you sound like a little kid in trouble?
Do I?
Yes, you do. When they say it's something, it's nothing. But when they say it's nothing, usually it's really something.
That's funny.
What is?
For a minute there, I felt just like a little kid.
So, is it something or is it nothing?
I'm not sure. It's the pot roast.
The pot roast, that's nothing.
No, it's something. Maybe oh, gee.
We're back to OG?
Look, I don't want you to take this the wrong way.
Take what? What, Kate? I'm 71 years old. I can't go around with this too many more times.
Okay. The problem as I see it, maybe what we need here are a few ground rules, an ounce of prevention, a stitch in time.
Oh, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about privacy. No, that's not it.
You wanted privacy? Why did you give me the key? You're the one who insisted I take it.
Because I wanted you to feel free to use the house.
I used it. I used it to cook you a pot roast.
That's not what I had in mind.
What is the problem with one lousy pot roast?
There is no problem with one lousy pot roast. It's 2 pot roasts and then 3 pot roasts, and all of a sudden we're in big trouble. I'm answering to you for how come the lampshade isn't dusted, or worse yet, you're dusting, and I'm answering to you for how come I'm not married.
What are you talking about?
Grandma?
Hush, sweetheart, in a minute. What do I care if you're not married?
You don't?
Of course not.
Really?
I do not care.
Well, good, then I'm impressed.
Which is not to say I'm not curious. How come an attractive...
Molly, this is exactly what I mean.
What, marriage? You're the one who brought it up.
Marriage and lampshades and pot roasts. Molly, I already had a mother. I don't want a mother. One mother was enough. But I do want a friend.
Friends don't make pot roast?
On birthdays, maybe, special occasions.
What about a grilled cheese?
Don't you see, Molly? It's a trap.
Very nice. A woman cooks a pot roast. She's accused of setting a trap.
What? I didn't say you were. It is.
It?
The situation is a trap.
And who caused the situation? It? Jeff, are you ready? Let's go.
Grandma?
We are not wanted here.
Molly.
So, goodbye.
Did you have to do that?
Do what? What did I do? I didn't intend to do anything except discuss a couple of simple ground rules.
She was just trying to be your friend.
Jeff, you heard what happened. She took everything I said the wrong way.
Maybe you took the pot roast the wrong way.
No. Oh, no. The pot roast did what pot roasts always do. They're garnished with carrots and potatoes and guilt and obligation and nasty little tests of loyalty. Do you love me? Do you love me enough to take that and this and that? I knew you didn't love me, and after all I've done for you, the pot roast I've prepared for you and didn't take one single bite for myself. No, I will not have it, Jeff. I will not have it.
Guess not.
Oh, damn it. Peel back plastic to uncover chicken, potatoes, and apple fritter, leaving the corn covered. Chicken, potatoes, apple fritter. How embarrassing for the corn. Oh, just a minute. Jeff!
Yeah. Hi.
I wasn't expecting you.
Guess not.
Well, come on in.
Thanks. You're home early?
Yeah, brought some work with me.
Oh.
Well, so, Jeff, how have you been?
Okay.
Good, great, you've been okay, that's nice. So what can I do for you?
Oh. Nothing.
Nothing? Does that mean nothing or does it mean something? Because your grandmother would say it meant something.
She'd be right. She usually is.
Did she send you over here? Is this a paid political advertisement?
No, that would be stupid. This whole thing is stupid. You know that.
Okay, the thought has crossed my mind.
2 adults acting like little kids? Worse. Little kids sulk for a couple of days, not weeks.
Yeah, I'm not sulking, but she is.
Then what are you doing?
I don't know.
Oh, we see you picking through the drapes all the time.
Yeah, you're doing a lot of walking lately.
Yeah, but that's not the point. The point is, what are you going to do about you and Grandma?
I don't know, what am I supposed to do? Put a sign in my window, friend wanted apply within?
Yeah, why don't you?
Are you serious?
She goes for that stuff. She has a horrific sense of humor.
I know, I've missed it.
So, what are you waiting for? You make the sign, and I'll get her to walk by here again. It won't be hard. She walks by her at least twice a day.
Really? Twice a day?
She says it's her duty. Neighborhood watch.
God, we've been a pair of idiots, haven't we?
Yes, you have.
Ah, yes, I remember you too, the honest child. It's gonna get your lights punched out one of these days. Go on, go get her. Just give me a few minutes, okay?
All right.
Friend wanted. Apply within. Okay. Nuts. I need, where's that green thing? Oh, wait a minute. There. Hello? Bill? Bill who? Oh, my boss Bill. To what do I owe the honor? Sure, I know the car wax account. What about it? I told them I'd have it by the end of the week. Oh, Bill, come on. There are no emergencies in the car wax business. You will not meet me at the office because I'm not going back to the office. I know I didn't used to be like this. I used to be young and foolish. I used to think hailing taxis in the rain was glamorous, but I don't anymore. And I don't go back to the office at night anymore either. I don't want you to come here. You know why what's over is over. Oh, your word of honor. You know, tell it to your wife. I'm not going back to the office and you're not coming here. And you'll lose the account and I'll lose my job. Oh, Bill, you have such a way with words. You should be in advertising. All right, you come here. 8? Fine. You know, I'm not a good kid. I'm an idiot. A good kid was just here to confirm that. Oh, Never mind, there's the bell. I'll see you later. Coming, I'm coming.
Hi,
Jeff, Molly, Jeff, imagine my surprise.
I'm here to apply for the position.
Molly, I'm so glad.
Oh, none of that. This is strictly a business arrangement. The business of friendship. So, what would you like done or not done?
Molly, I'm sorry if I hurt you. I didn't mean to.
No one ever does.
Kate, you still have the green thing.
Yeah, I really ought to throw it out, but I can't. I keep thinking the minute the trashmen haul it off, I'll remember what it's for.
Oh, I see you're eating better these days.
Molly, please.
I apologize. I'm sorry. I guess I've forgotten how to be a friend. My daughter mothers me, my grandson's growing up. What's left?
Well, like you said, friendship.
Think I've forgotten how. Do you realize the last real girlfriend I had was back in high school?
Oh, before you got married.
Yes, 50 years ago.
What's so funny, Grandma?
50 years, and what comes back to me you wouldn't believe.
Try us.
Well, this is embarrassing.
Go on.
There was a boy,
Grandpa?
no, before Grandpa. His name was Sammy, and Bessie and I were crazy about him. That was my friend's name, Bessie Leibowitz. We talked about that Sammy night and day, and we followed him. From school to home, to the park, to the ball game. Little Sammy Goldfarb. 5'4" maybe, skinny and with pimples. What on earth did we ever see in him? Anyway, one day I was on the trolley going to the dentist, and he got on and sat down next to me. He smiled at me. I thought I would faint. I didn't think he knew I was alive.
And then next, yes?
And then he asked me for Bessie's phone number.
Oh, Grandma.
It's true. That was the beginning of the end for Bessie and me.
Well, did Bessie marry him?
I have no idea. We graduated. We drifted apart. I wonder where Bessie is now.
Behind one of those doors, probably. All alone and wondering where you are.
How sad.
You know what let's do? Let's invite them all over here.
Who?
The ladies. Mrs. Davis.
Miss Fanny Feathers.
Of course. And Mrs. Who's the one down the street?
Mrs. Feldman. But what are you going to do with them all here?
I don't know. Get to know them.
See if they know Bessie.
Sure, at least it'll get them out of their houses, away from the windows, away from the chains on their doors.
You sure?
Yes. It'll be like a celebration, a 50-year commemoration. We'll call it Comeback Bessie Leibowitz Day.
That's great.
You know, my boss is coming over at 8, but we'll have plenty of time.
Your boss is coming here, a nice fellow?
Don't get all excited, Molly. He's married.
Your boss is married and he's coming here at 8 o'clock at night?
Yes.
Alone?
No, with his mother. Of course he's coming alone to work, and I don't care to discuss it any further.
So we won't discuss. I'll just think.
Fine, think. Amuse yourself.
You want the neighbors all sitting here when your married boss shows up?
Why not?
How will it look?
Well, it'll look like my married boss just showed up. Molly, it's nobody's business. Good idea. I'll ask Mrs. Feldman.
And I'll get Miss Feathers.
Jeff, you call her ma'am until we find out her real name. You hear?
Yes, ma'am.
After you, ma'am.
Oh, them golden
Oh, aren't you forgetting something?
What?
Your dinner. It's still in the micro.
Oh.
Oh. Okay, now you didn't get to eat. Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. More tea, Mrs. Petrelli?
Why, yes, thank you, dear. Half a cup, maybe.
There you go, half a cup.
Thank you, dear.
You're quite welcome. Anyone else?
No, thank you.
No, no, thank you, dear.
So it's all settled in. Nobody here knows Bessie Leibowitz.
No.
Sorry.
I knew Bessie Snyder. I think it was Bessie. I'm pretty sure it was Snyder.
Too bad.
Beautiful day, isn't it?
Gorgeous.
Oh, lovely
Perfect,
day.
lovely. Jeff, darling, what grade are you in, dear?
Fifth grade, ma'am.
Oh, fifth grade. Ain't that something?
Oh, big boy, huh?
Yeah, nice
Yeah,
boy.
nice. I have a granddaughter in the 6th. I think it's the 6th. Her name is Louise Feldman. Maybe you know her.
Yeah. She's nice.
Some beautiful girl, no?
Yeah.
Do you catch the bus on the corner here, Jeff?
Sometimes, but mostly I ride my bike, ma'am.
Oh, you must be very careful.
I am.
Jeff's a good boy, Mrs. Feldman. He's always careful.
I also have grandchildren, Emerson School. Twins, but they're much younger. Their last name is Cohen, my daughter's children. I also have a son who lives in Ohio, and he has 6.
6?
Ain't that something?
Cohen, your daughter married a Jewish boy?
Why, yes, a very nice boy.
Oh, I'm sure he is, Mrs. Petrelli. I was just curious because my son married a Catholic girl.
Oh my, ain't that something?
Quite a coincidence.
Certainly is.
I wanted to die.
You think I was dancing in the street?
15 months I was on the Valium.
Blood pressure. Blood pressure like a rocket to the moon.
Oh yeah. They thought me a stroke for sure.
Oh, my.
But to tell you the truth, my son-in-law is better to me than my own son, the one who moved to Ohio with my grandchildren, all 6 of them.
Well, of course, my daughter-in-law and me were like this now. From the day Louise was born, it was a whole new ball game.
Ain't that something?
But I still keep a couple Valium in my purse.
It can't hurt.
Do you see your grandchildren often?
Often, Louise, not like when she was younger.
When she needed a babysitter?
That's right. That's what I called young, often.
Well, they get older, huh? They get busy.
Oh, true. But we do speak on the phone, though. We have fine conversations.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. Hello, darling. How are you, sweetheart?
Fine.
How was school today?
Fine.
How was your ball game?
Fine.
How did the candy sale go?
Fine.
Grandma rode a unicycle down Main Street today, darling, and she wasn't wearing a stitch. And
Oi. A very fine conversation.
ain't that something?
Yeah, well, what can you do?
Not much, not much.
We haven't heard from you, Mrs. Davis. Do you have children?
No, I don't.
You're all alone?
Yes.
Oh, my dear.
I'm so sorry.
It's not an affliction not having children.
Well, you're young yet, Kate. You'll have children someday.
Oh, Molly, I doubt that.
Oh, all the big stars are doing it. 40, 45 even. Look at Bette Midler.
You look, it gives me a headache.
Bette Midler and I don't have a whole lot in common, Mrs. Petrelli.
She reminds me so much of me. Miss Independence. She'll learn.
Okay, let's say you're right. Let's say I do decide to have children. They still wouldn't be my whole life. I mean, a kid is just a kid. Or, no offense, Jeff.
I can take it.
There are other things to talk about, right?
What's better to talk about than our children?
No, it's not that. I just meant we might like to move past the predictable. You know, first the weather, then marriage and children, and then what? Health?
Oh, believe me, you got your health and you got everything.
Yes.
Bingo.
I myself have a potassium problem.
A potassium problem? I've never heard of that.
It's the latest thing. They don't know much about it yet. Mark my words. More and more doctors will be talking potassium from now on.
Is that right? I'll have to check with Dr. Sussman.
Oh, you go to Dr. Sussman. So do I.
Oh, a wonderful man.
Adorable, the best.
But not for potassium. For potassium, you have to see Dr. Bonneville.
Oh,
He wrote an article. His receptionist showed me.
Huh? Well, how do you know if you have this potassium?
But the whole story, they don't know yet. But if you're feeling tired and run down and your joints are a little achy like here and there, and your heart gives a couple extra thuds now and then, they begin to suspect.
Oh dear.
you too.
Something tells me this is going to be a big money maker.
I'm telling you, it's the latest thing.
My Vinny, rest his soul, he had symptoms like that. Maybe if they had known about it back then, they
How
could.
long since he passed on?
15 years now.
15 years ago, they knew nothing. 15 months ago, they knew very little. They still don't.
A terrible thing.
Something funny, Mrs. Petrelli?
Oh, it's a long story.
Well, we've got time.
That would depend on our potassium, of course.
A good potassium problem can drag on for years.
Thank God.
Go on, Mrs. Petrelli.
Well, my Vinny, he was a magician.
A magician? A real one?
Yes, darling, a real one, with the top hat and everything. I was his assistant, Petrelli and Eva. Maybe you've heard of us.
I saw a magician in Atlantic City once. He had a name like yours. Bertoloni, Vermicelli. He had an elephant.
Oh, we had pigeons and a rabbit. We worked small clubs.
This fella, he had an elephant. I think it was an elephant.
Well, maybe Bessie Leibowitz has heard of you.
Excuse us, Mrs. Petrelli.
Oh, that's quite all right, dear. Now, what was I saying?
Pigeons and a rabbit.
Oh, right. Well, we were nothing spectacular, Vinny and I. But we had such a good time. And Vinny's one big dream was to be another Houdini. Oh, he idolized that man. You saw the movie?
Oh yes, Tony Curtis, Janet Leigh. Who could forget?
Oh, they don't make movies like that anymore.
You're telling me? I'm embarrassed to see the marquee, let alone go inside.
Personally, I can't criticize. I was considered pretty daring myself in my day.
Is that so?
Well, let's just say I showed plenty of stocking, fishnet, black.
Va 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 voom.
Well, enough of that. Do you remember in the movie when Tony Curtis was dying and he told Janet Leigh where to wait for him? Anybody could come back from the dead. Houdini could.
Ah yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Did he ever make it?
No, not yet. But my Vinny told me to keep a candle burning in the window every evening. He figured between Houdini and Petrelli, they'd find a way.
I still don't see what's funny.
Well, I was picturing my Vinny back from the dead. A miracle, right? And the doctors are all over him examining. And then one of them, your Dr. Bonneville maybe, says, "Congratulations, Mr. Petrelli. You are not only back from the dead, but you have a potassium problem." The very latest thing.
Ain't that something?
So, Mrs. Petrelli, you were in show business? That's exciting. Tell us more about it.
Well, there's nothing more to tell.
But you must have lots of stories.
Oh, I forgot more than I ever knew.
Well, then, what are you up to these days?
Not much.
Do you still have the pigeons and the rabbit?
No, Charlie. They are long gone, I'm afraid. But what isn't?
Mrs. Feldman, how about you? Do you work?
Oh, no, I only been just a housewife.
That's not work.
Outside, I mean. I do some volunteer work.
Oh, what kind?
In a hospital during the war,
Yes?
I drove an ambulance.
Really? Overseas? How fascinating. You must have had such adventures.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It was a long time ago. Strange for a minute there. I didn't think it ever really happened.
We're getting old, Mrs. Feldman.
A news bulletin it isn't.
I was a teacher.
A teacher? Elementary school?
At first,
Emerson?
no, in the city. And then later at City College, I taught teachers. Oh dear, I have a terrible headache.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sinus congestion. It's that time of year. I have a couple Tylenol in my purse. Would you like them?
No, thank you.
9 out of 10 doctors prescribe it for their own children.
Yes, I think I better just go.
Oh, let me get your sweater for you.
I can manage.
Um,
Thank you so much for inviting me. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mrs.
Goodbye,
Davis.
Mrs. Davis. Why do I get the awful feeling it wasn't sinus congestion?
It really is time to go. It's been very nice. We'll have to do it again someday. Mrs. Blumenthal, Mrs. Petrelli, Jeff, and Kate, thank you. Goodbye.
You know, no need to rush off. I mean, we were just getting started. A teacher, an ambulance driver, a magician's assistant. The stories you could tell, you're all so interesting.
So are you, dear. Thank you. Goodbye again.
Goodbye,
Bye,
Mrs.
Mrs.
Feldman.
Bye,
Feldman.
Mrs. Feldman. What did I do?
Oh, you're too young yet to understand, darling. It's not easy to remember who we were.
You're not that old. You can't have forgotten.
Oh, we haven't forgotten. That's why it hurts.
Hurts?
Well, we were young and pretty too once, full of dreams and plans, lovable, in love.
Some things are gone, but others take their place. Something new happens every day.
When you're young,
No, always. As long as you're alive. What is so bad about being 50 or 60 or 70 or 80?
The wrinkles.
Oh, come on, Molly.
I've read somewhere once that wrinkles are just nature's way of telling us to stop looking in the mirror.
What on earth does that mean?
I have no idea.
It means, ladies, it means to look somewhere else.
For
You're
what?
still here. You're still happening.
For whatever it's worth.
It's worth a lot.
To who?
To whoever you share it with, whoever you give it to.
Give what?
Whatever you have.
You mean like a pot roast?
Molly, please.
You want us to give, that's what I give. Food. Or a plant, maybe.
I'm not talking about gifts. And nobody should give anybody plants anyway. They're a pain in the neck. They just sit there needing things. Water, food, light. Dust my leaves, spray my bugs. Why am I discussing plants? I was referring to personality, soul, spirit. It's all still in there. Why not let it out?
For who? The cat? The television set?
For me. Or for yourselves, for one another. Why light candles for the dead when the living are sitting all alone in the dark?
Kate,
Oh.
I beg your pardon.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
I think I've stayed a little bit too long.
Mrs. Petrelli, forgive me. I got carried away and I had no right.
You might be right about some things. I need time to think.
Then you're not angry.
Well, my dear, that's one of the things I need time to think about.
Touche.
Mrs. Blumenthal, Jeff, goodbye.
Goodbye, Mrs. Petrelli.
Bye, Mrs. Petrelli. I wonder what will be happening behind those doors tonight. Tears, anxiety attacks?
Maybe nothing.
Oh, Molly, if it's nothing, I don't think I can stand it.
What does it matter to you what a bunch of old ladies do or don't do?
All of a sudden it hit me. Whatever happens to them happens to me.
You don't want to get old.
No, who does?
Don't look at me. I don't know who submitted my name.
But older, Molly, older is different, isn't it?
Is it?
I've always looked forward to being older.
Me too.
See, it's a natural thing. We've done 11 and it's not all that great, right, Jeff?
Right. 11 years old and aren't in charge of anything in my life.
See there? And 16, Molly, you remember 16?
Oh, yes. Me and Bessie and little Sammy Goldfarb. I've had better years.
Of course. Older, wiser, stronger in so many ways. I want that. I've always wanted that. But after what happened here today, I wonder if it's possible. I'm scared.
Are you all right?
Is it cold in here?
No, Jeff.
Feels okay to me.
That's funny. I feel cold.
Are you all right?
You know what? For a second, I just thought I was in the house that I grew up in.
What?
I haven't even seen it. I haven't even thought about it in years. Remember when I told you I had one mother and one was enough?
Oh, yes. Charming sentiment.
Yeah, well, for all practical purposes, I had 3.
3?
I lived with my mother and my aunt and my grandmother in a 3-story row house in the city. It was always twilight in that place. Every hour, every season, still and musty and dim. My aunt she was divorced, so I never saw my uncle. And I had a father and grandfather, of course. But being good men, they worked long, hard hours and died as soon as they had something to leave their widows. My brother got out as fast as he could. He had a 7-year running start on me. So for 7 years, it was twilight and old women and me. My grandmother spent all day sitting in a corner of the sofa, just sitting in that cavernous living room. You know all about that, Molly.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she was in perfect health. She had her eyesight. God, she even had her teeth. My aunt and mother never questioned her sitting there. They shopped, they cooked, they cleaned, and then they sat too. My aunt in a rocker, my mother in an armchair. They watched Milton Berle and Sid Caesar and me. Then they went to bed. My grandmother died of old age, nothing else. My mother was struck down by a truck one icy day on her way home from the butcher. So that left my aunt. I was out by then, but I visited her. And she moved from the rocker to the sofa, from Milton Berle to Johnny Carson. And then she was gone.
What a shame.
What a waste. She was here all those years and missed it. The minute I turned 18, I took charge of my life. I grabbed hold of it and I got the hell out of there. And every time I feel tired or discouraged or tempted to slow down, I think of that little old lady shrunken into a corner of the sofa, and I move, I do anything. Anything is better than that. So here I am. What if I've run full circle? I've never talked like that to anyone before, never.
Don't worry, your secrets are safe with us. Aren't they, Jeff?
Yeah, they are.
All of them.
Bill.
Hello.
Bill, I'd forgotten. Come in. These are my neighbors, Molly Blumenthal, Jeff Bernstein, my boss, Bill Clayton.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Clayton.
Hello, Jeff. Mrs. Blumenthal.
Nice to meet you. Come on, Jeff, let's go.
All right.
I don't want to interrupt.
Oh, sure you do. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Kate.
Bye, Kate.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Ready to get to work?
Huh? Oh, yes, I guess so. Let me clear some of this mess away.
You need any help?
No, I'm all right.
You're sure?
Yes, yes. Why do you ask?
You seem upset.
Me upset? No, why would I be upset? I gave up my old life for a new one. My old life was full of old people. My new life is full of old people. My head is full of old people. My house is full of old people. I don't know what I'm doing here, and I certainly don't know what you're doing here.
Brought to you by Rendo Car Wax. I wanted to see your new house.
Surprise, my new house is an old house.
Well, I like older homes. They're solid, comfortable, sensible.
Damn!
What'd you do that for?
What do I do anything for? Bill, I have lost control of my life.
Get a move on, Kate. We should have been out of here a half an hour ago.
All right, I'll be down in a minute.
Hello again.
Oh, good morning.
Kate hasn't left for work yet. Do you clean up for her?
No, I don't. Do you?
Sorry.
A natural mistake. Little old ladies and brooms, we go back a long way together. Besides, you couldn't help but wonder what I'm doing here at this hour, especially since I was just here last night.
Can I get you some coffee?
Tea, please.
Tea, certainly.
That last shelf on the left.
Oh, okay. Yes, tea. How about that?
You're not here often, I take it.
No, as a matter of fact, I've never been here at all.
Oh, I see. Is that your breakfast? Coffee?
Yes, I suppose it is.
You want? I'll make you a couple of eggs.
Oh, no, don't bother, please.
It's no bother.
I usually don't eat in the morning.
I don't usually cook in the morning, so we're even.
Really, I wish you wouldn't go to all that trouble.
What trouble? I could use a couple of eggs myself.
Well, in that case, I have to admit they smell good.
Now you're talking.
Thanks, Mrs.
Blumenthal. Molly. Call me Molly.
Yes, Molly, I'm Bill.
I know, we met.
Yes, last night.
Yes, last night, here, in Kate's house.
I suppose you're wondering why I'm still here.
Not in the least. Kate is teaching me to be modern.
Good, then I won't ask you either.
Oh, hear that ambulance? God, I hate that sound.
Yeah, me too. It never means anything good, does it?
Never. Except maybe a baby in a rush to be born. Molly Blumenthal in the kitchen, on the other hand, always means something good.
Oh, thank you, Molly.
My pleasure. Eat. Enjoy. So, Kate tells me you're married. So, where does that leave you and her? Oh. Hands up over your head.
Bill, are you all right? Were you Oh my God.
I didn't make your breakfast, only Bill's, and I'm eating with him.
Very cozy.
Bill was just about to tell me about you and him.
Oh, there's nothing to tell. It's strictly business and occasionally sex. Nothing important.
If that's not important, business than the other, what is?
Good question.
Bad question. This is not a discussion, Molly.
Where I come from, we would say it's a free country.
Where do you come from, Molly?
The city. First the east side, then the west side, and now the suburbs. Some traveler, huh? When I think my parents came all the way from Russia.
Oh, I was in Russia 2 summers ago.
Really? Where?
Moscow, Leningrad, absolutely fascinating.
Oh, it must have been.
But I couldn't wait to get out. That's what everybody on the plane said. Thank God we made it out!
Exactly what my parents said. Every 15 minutes for the rest of their lives. Here is good, they said. Here you stay. And that's what I did. Barely moved an inch all these years. Here was a neighborhood, maybe 1 block square. You had your butcher, your grocer, your shul, your family. What more could you possibly need? They never caught on that here was America. Oh, I'd like to see it all someday.
You should. There's so much to see.
Oh, who am I kidding? My Sundays are all behind me now.
Your some days are anywhere you put them, Molly.
Today's lecture. Better take notes.
I'm serious, Molly. If you want to see America, see it. Let's both go see it.
Let's both go to work now.
Who could that be? Okay, just a minute. Hold your horses.
Is my mother here?
Marsha?
Mama, come on, hurry up.
What is it? What's the matter? Is it Jeff?
Yes, it's Jeff. David's
Oh.
in the ambulance with him. Come on.
Molly, I'm coming
No.
with you. I'm going to
Miss
take my
Corrigan, I'm
car.
asking you not to. I have enough on my mind right now. Come on, Mama.
Molly, call me here at work, okay? Oh, this is crazy. I'm going with her.
Okay, Kate, the woman didn't want you to.
But Molly!
Molly will be fine, and we have to get to the office. I told Chris we'd be in at 9. It's almost that now.
Well, I can't go to the office. Something's happened to Jeff. How can I go to the office?
You'll go to the office because you have a job to do. What the hell are you going to do here anyway? Molly has her family, and they've made it perfectly clear that they don't want you.
Family? Family? You call that permanent state of war with captive audience a family? What's a family anyway? What, you call yourself a family man?
Oh, don't get off on that. Don't set yourself up as the guardian angel of the holy American family.
I'm not. I'm just saying I don't see any families here. They don't have one, you don't have one, and neither do we.
Is that what's been bothering you lately?
No. Yes. I don't know. You know, there's been nobody else in my life all these years.
Nobody else. Or just plain nobody. You're the one who's kept us in limbo, Kate. This whole crazy game has been played according to your rules.
I know.
Then why throw it up to me now? You said it yourself to Molly a minute ago. Nothing important, you said. You've never loved me.
No.
Somehow that word just never manages to come up.
No.
And unless I've been way off base all this time, you never wanted me to love you. Because I could have, you know. Easily. Very easily.
Let's go to work. Where the hell are they? Coming. Mrs. Petrelli, come in.
Thank you, dear.
Well, have you spoken to Molly? I can't seem to reach anyone. All the hospital will tell me is serious condition, no visitors. What's going on?
Mr. Bernstein came home for a few minutes. I saw him in the driveway and spoke with him.
What, and?
It is serious.
How serious? What happened?
Jeff fell into the path of a car off his bicycle. He's in a coma.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you'd want to know. I saw your car pull up and...
No, I'm glad you told me. I've been frantic. Why didn't Molly call me?
I suppose she didn't want to bother you, and she has her family.
Family. Family, I'm beginning to hate that word. It gathers people in and it shuts people out.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, it's nothing. I appreciate your stopping by. I don't want to keep you.
Are you going to be all right, dear?
I don't know, Mrs. Petrelli. I don't know if I'll be all right. Molly?
Yes.
Oh. Oh, Molly. I'm so sorry.
No, please don't.
What, is there any...
Hope? He's still alive. Of course there's hope.
Well, I was going to say change. Is there any change in his condition?
No, no change.
Oh, Molly, let me hold you. Let me comfort you.
No.
Why not? It's what you need.
All I need is for my grandson to get well. That is absolutely all I need now and for the rest of my life.
That's not true, Molly, and it won't help Jeff.
Then what will? Dear God, tell me and I'll give it up, whatever it is.
It's not for you to give, Molly. This is a time you have to take
Don't lecture me. You with the unimportant job and a lover you don't even love. So safe, so smug, so secure. What do you know of this?
I'm sorry. I've been sitting here alone, Molly. Sitting alone on this sofa in the dark. And I had a moment of the most incredible panic. Then I realized I wasn't just sitting. I was waiting for you. That makes all the difference in the world, doesn't it? I have never loved another human being in my entire life. I'm not even sure I know what the word means, except I think it has a lot to do with how I feel about Jeff and about you. I want to love you, Molly. I need to love you as a friend, and I think you need to let me.
I need nothing.
Molly, take my love, and I promise you this. I will accept your pot roasts in the spirit in which they are given.
Okay.
Molly, dear Molly, it's all right. It's all right.
Oh, that poor child. What did he take with him into this nightmare? They were at it before he even had his breakfast. He couldn't wait until he left for school. Oh no, the war waits for no one. He was so upset he grabbed his books and ran out. I saw he wasn't being careful with that bike. I was going to follow him, but I didn't. Let him go with his friends, I thought. He'll find peace. Peace. I don't want him to find peace now. I want him to fight, to be angry, to strike back. What my little Jeff and I need most now is what we hate most. Anger.
He'll fight, Molly. He will.
We'll see.
Well, how are Marsha and David? Are they home?
Oh, yes. Go home, the doctor said. Get some rest. So my daughter is locked in her bedroom. My son-in-law is locked in his study. And I'm here. This sort of thing, isn't it supposed to bring us closer together?
So they say.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right, Mrs. Petrelli. Come on in.
Thank you. Oh, my dear. I am so sorry about the accident. I hope you don't mind. I told the others, Mrs. Davis and Mrs. Feldman.
Oh, I hope they don't go to the house.
No, they know you're here. We can't help keeping an eye out. You know how it is.
I hope I'm not intruding.
Not at all. Please come in.
I brought a little soup.
Oh, there was no need for...
Molly,
You need to keep up your strength.
set it in the kitchen, Mrs. Feldman, please, if you don't mind.
Oh, of course not. No trouble.
Well, are you hungry, Molly?
What kind of soup?
What kind of soup? Chicken noodle. Good for what ails you. It has an enzyme. You laugh, but it has an enzyme. They don't call it Jewish penicillin for nothing. The studies have shown that it has problems.
Mrs. Davis!
Have you heard, the boy, how is he? Have you heard anything?
No, he's no better.
Please, sit down. Sit down, Mrs. Davis. Oh, be careful.
I had a daughter. She was 17. I shouldn't have said anything. It's just that I know what you're going through, and I didn't want you to have to go through it alone.
Oh, that's right.
Of course.
That's right.
This isn't right. I shouldn't be here. I should be at home with my family.
Relax, Mrs. Blumenthal. That's exactly where you are.
Ay, one more trip. Okay, if I've forgotten anything else, it's just too bad. They're gonna have to live with it. Okay.
Hello.
Bill, you scared me.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I'm not sure.
Oh, well, I'd offer you a drink, but everything's packed. Water?
No thanks.
So
So, you're really going?
Yep,
Where?
really am. Wherever, in search of America and Kate Corrigan.
No plan? No itinerary?
No plan, no itinerary. For the first time in my life, I'm going to just open up and let things happen to me.
And you can't just call it a leave of absence?
Nope, that would be cheating.
Well, that would be sensible.
But I've been sensible a long time, Bill. Organized, sensible, in control, and where has it gotten me? See that door, Bill? Wide open, isn't it?
Yes, so?
Well, the one in here's been shut tight all my life.
Yes, I know.
I guess you do. I'm sorry. Well, it's open now. Once Molly Blumenthal got her dainty little foot wedged in there, and I finally realized I've been a little old lady peering over the door chain for a long, long time, but no more.
We'll miss you.
We?
The agency.
Ah, the agency. Zoom, 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 red car wags, finishes first, zoom, finishes fast.
It's a good ad. It's your best.
Yeah, probably. The others I disliked, and this one I really hated.
Kate, can't we just talk about this for a while? I mean, you can get out your...
Well, you know, it's like my swan song, and the agency's gonna get along fine without me.
Well, maybe if you just take a little time
And
off...
so will you.
Kate, it's not like that. You don't have to do this right now.
Don't say it, Bill. Just don't say it, not now. Go on home.
Why is it I always get that nagging feeling that what you liked best about me was my marriage?
Maybe because it's the best thing you have going for you. Goodbye, Bill. Go home.
I'm all packed.
Hi, Molly.
Oh, Bill, are you coming with us?
No, Molly.
Nothing would surprise me anymore.
Bill was just leaving.
Yes, goodbye. Keep her out of trouble, Molly.
Do I have to? I was hoping she'd keep me in.
So you told them. I thought you were going to wait until morning.
It slipped out over dinner. Must have been something in the meatloaf.
How'd they take it?
Do you mind if I spend the night here?
That bad.
Worse.
Well, I've got some good news. My brother called and he's rented this place at least for the summer. Oh, the money'll sure come in handy.
Oh, wonderful. Who are your tenants?
A young couple. He'll be teaching over at the university. They have 2 little boys. One's about Jeff's age.
Oh, good. He'll have someone new to play with.
Oh. Uh-oh. Here comes trouble. Brace yourself, Molly.
Oh.
Mama, I am not going to let you do this. This has got to be the most idiotic thing I've ever heard of. Mama, women your age do not go tramping around the country like teenagers. You're just asking for trouble. What if you get sick? What if you need a doctor?
Well, excuse me, I will be with her, and there are 1 or 2 reputable physicians scattered across the country. As a matter of fact, Mrs. Feldman gave me a list.
You don't know how to take care of her. She's an old woman. What do you know about old women?
I plan to be one when I grow up.
A comedian. Wonderful. A pair of clowns is more like it. What is it, Mama? Can Dr. Sussman give you something? Tranquilizers, maybe. You want one of mine to tide you over?
Bananas.
What?
Bananas. Dr. Sussman said the best thing for a potassium problem was to eat plenty of bananas. Kate, I meant to tell you.
Oh, she has lost her mind.
She has not lost her mind. Marsha, can't we all just calm down and discuss this rationally?
Discuss what? Bananas?
What is so awful about Molly and me taking a little trip together?
Little trip? She's talking about 3 months, maybe more. At least 3 months, she announces to me at the dinner table. Please pass the gravy.
The meatloaf was dry.
Driving around in the heat of summer is physically exhausting. Do you want to kill her?
We'll probably stop from time to time.
You know, ever since you moved into this neighborhood, we have had nothing but trouble with her.
Oh, it all started with me, did it?
Yes, I believe it did. We had everything arranged, convenient, comfortable, and
Enough! I'm sorry to disturb what you think you have arranged, Marsha. But the truth is, 3 months is very little time when you consider that you've had me for 45 years and still haven't figured out what to do with me. Right now, I'm like a lamp from an old house that doesn't fit into the new one. Should we stand her over there, shove her over here, stick her in the closet?
That's not true, Mama. We gave you a home.
You put me in a house. You call me Mama. But what does that name mean to you? You don't see Molly Blumenthal. You see some old witch that you invented a long time ago as an excuse for your own misery. Well, I never cast any spells on you, Marsha. You do not lead a cursed life. You just like to think you do.
Mama, how can you say such things?
Because I have to. Face it, Marsha, you never knew me. You never knew your father.
That's it. That's what this is all about. That's what everything is always about. You haven't forgiven me for Papa.
How can I forgive you? Did you ever forgive him? He was a proud man, yes. But would it have killed you to bend a little for his sake?
Molly.
He was a dying man. A kiss on the cheek when she came to the hospital. A touch, a pat, a smile. Marsha, would it have cost you so much?
There's no point in discussing it now. It's too late.
What a waste. What you two could have been to each other. What you should have been. When your papa died, I was so angry I couldn't even cry. And then I was so lonely for him, I thought I'd never stop. When I came to live with you and David, I knew you didn't really want me. But what difference did it make? I just needed a place to wait it out. Or so I thought. Until Jeff decided otherwise. And then, when we almost lost Jeff, it finally dawned on me. What am I doing? Have I learned the first simple lesson? That life is precious. L'chaim. The life of a little boy and an old woman, they are both precious. Even your life, my darling daughter, that you spend licking your wounds and making them fester, precious. So what should I do for you and for Jeff? Should I just sit and grow old and more useless every day?
You're hardly useless, Mama. Jeffrey depends on you. He needs you. It's only been 11 weeks since the accident.
11 weeks. Leave it to you to count out a tragedy in weeks. How many weeks has Jeff been alive and well? Have you counted those too, Marsha? You're what Jeff needs. You and David. And that's another reason that I'm going to go. I'm going to live this life of mine that I still have. And I hope to God you two see with clear eyes what I'm about and what Jeff is about, and learn something from it, finally.
I've had enough. You want to go on your trip? Go. Best of luck to both of you. You're going to need it.
L'chaim, Marsha.
Mama?
What is it?
Molly,
What? What?
pot roast.
What?
We all give what we can.
Oh, all right. All right. It has come to my attention, Marsha, that your constant harping, carping, and clucking over me may have something to do with caring.
You are my mother.
Love does not necessarily follow, does it?
You are my mother.
I know I'm your mother. Is that all you can say?
You think it's had no effect on me? Losing Papa, almost losing Jeff?
Has it?
Why do you think I worry about you so?
Because you're a meticulous person and I'm a spot that you can't organize or keep clean.
Oh, Mama.
I'm sorry, that was unkind.
Yes, it was.
I have to keep protecting myself from you.
And I from you.
We must stop it.
Yes.
He wasn't always right about things, your papa.
And yet you never once stood up for me against him. Why? Why?
I couldn't. He needed me.
I needed you.
He needed me more, or so I thought.
He was a strong man. You always said so.
He needed to hear it. He was a stubborn man.
It's the same thing.
No, it's the opposite. I must go, Marsha. I'll be all right, and so will you. Now come, give me a little kiss. I am your mother.
I wanted Papa to love me. I couldn't bend, I couldn't ask because I knew the answer was no. I did love him, Mama.
Oh, Marsha, you and he so alike. The answer was yes. It was always yes. I tried to tell you.
It's too late now.
Not for everything. Jeff loves you. I love you. Probably even David loves you. Let's not miss any more of it.
I hope I haven't come between you.
You haven't. You came up behind us maybe and gave a little shove.
If so, I'm glad.
This could be the start of a whole new life for them. Finally agreeing on something.
On what?
That I'm crazy.
You are not crazy, Molly. You are without a doubt the sanest person I know.
All right then, that I'm a runaway. A 71-year-old runaway. Oh, let's leave at dawn tomorrow, Kate, the minute the sun comes up.
All right. Oh, Molly, for a second there, you sounded just like a little kid.
Why not? A little kid taught me how.
He's very proud of you.
I know.
Well, I've still got acres of stuff to pack.
Well, let me help.
Oh, no, you don't have to.
Oh, don't say just sit, Kate. I'm warning you.
Okay. Everything on the sofa and chairs goes into the cartons. I'm going to do the suitcase stuff. How did you get everything into your two little suitcases?
Oh, I don't need much. My toothbrush, some clean underwear, a black negligee.
What?
We are going to meet men on this trip, aren't we?
Molly, you're not traveling the country trying to marry me off, are you?
Absolutely not. It's my black negligee.
Molly!
Although you could borrow it. Never mind. Forget I offered. It's every woman for herself.
You know, what kind of man are you interested in anyway? Rich, intellectual, macho?
Clint Eastwood.
Molly, I'm shocked. He's a married man.
He's a public institution. We ought to be able to check him out on our library card.
If you got him, you wouldn't know what to do with him.
Would too. I'd open with a pot roast.
The man's a goner.
Oh, sweetheart.
Hi, Grandma. Hi, Kate.
Hey, kid, how's it going?
Oh, great. You almost back?
Almost. We're off first thing in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Is something wrong?
I don't know.
It's not because we're leaving, is it? We talked about that for a long time.
No. It's not that. It's Mom and Dad.
Fighting?
I'm not sure. They're together in Dad's study, and it looks pretty serious, but nobody's yelling.
Yeah, that's called talking, Jeff.
That may be a good sign.
That's what I thought. Oh, Kate, this is my pet plant, Morris.
Your pet plant, Morris?
Yeah, Mom doesn't want animals in the house, and I got a lot of these when I was in the hospital, but this one's the best.
Morris Bernstein, the pet plant.
Yeah. I was kind of wondering if he could go with you and Grandma on your trip.
But Jeff, he's your favorite.
That's why I want him to go.
In a car cross country?
He won't mind.
He won't even know.
So, what do you say? Will you take him? He doesn't need much care. He's practically indestructible.
Well, what if it topples over? What if the pot breaks? Then we'll have a mess.
I thought of that. Look.
A perfect match.
Oh, I knew I should have thrown that thing away.
Great, so you'll take him?
I don't know, Jeff. What is Morris anyway?
A wandering Jew.
You two are impossible.
Great.
Thank you, sweetheart. And now best we get back to work.
All right, I'll see you in the morning.
Crack of dawn.
I'll be there. All right, bye, Kate.
Bye, kid.
We are doing the right thing, aren't we? You don't think I should stay with him? Marsha and David have an awful lot of talking to do.
That's up to you, Molly. I can't answer that.
No, they need to work things out. Still, what if everybody's against us? Marsha, David, Bill, even your brother. He makes jokes, but he thinks we're crazy. The gray hippie, he calls me.
Who cares?
I do. When I send a postcard home, I'd like to think of someone smiling when they read it.
There's always Jeff.
No, there's not always Jeff. I tell myself it's good to go because he's too dependent on me. But who am I kidding? I'm too dependent on him.
Oh, you can't have it all your way, Molly. You know, what on earth?
Hello, hello.
Oh.
It's us, darlings.
Pardon our intrusion.
What's all this?
A survivor kit for our favorite explorers.
Everything you could possibly want. Band-aids, kaopectate, milk of magnesium, and a bunch of bananas.
You thought of everything.
And I made you some gorp.
Gorp? What's a gorp?
Granola, chocolate, raisins, and peanuts all mixed in.
Mountain climbers use it. It's good for quick energy.
Mountain climbers. Oh, thank you, Mrs. David. Oh, Kate, do you think we could see the mountains, the Rockies? I've always wanted to see the Rockies.
My Vinny, we played the Catskills once.
The Rockies, the Catskills, whatever you like, Molly. They're yours.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Ain't that something?
We've been talking, the three of us, since you're going on a trip. We thought we might take a little trip of ourselves.
How wonderful. Oh, yes, do it. Do it right away. Where do you want to go?
Israel.
Africa.
Atlantic City.
Well, we do have fun planning.
We plan a little, we eat a little.
We eat a lot.
2 great cooks, 1 terrific eater. I'm signing up for aerobic dance. Oh, I almost forgot. I put this in. I thought maybe in the evenings, in your motel room so far away, you might like to light it for a few minutes and think of us.
Oh, yes. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Petrelli.
Eva,
Eva.
I think we better leave you to your packing.
You're right, you'll tell us about everything.
Everything, even Clint Eastwood.
What?
Okay, we'll write. We'll write.
Safe trip.
You're right, I promise.
Oh,
Take
have
care.
a wonderful,
Thank
wonderful
you.
time.
Watch Jeff for me.
Oh,
We'll keep
yes,
our eye
no
on
problem.
that boy.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Enjoy
Happy-
every
Thank
minute.
you.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Bye-bye, darling.
Bye.
There you go, Molly. Someone to send your postcards to. Maybe you can have it all your way after all.
At my age, you might as well try. Have some Gorp, Kate. Quick energy.
Thanks. I think I'm going to need it. L'chaim, Molly.
L'chaim, Kate. I screwed up one bit.